I am standing alone in this world that keeps on changing, but hiding away my true self is fading. I hope you give up. There's nothing left to see. So unbreakable. So unbreakable. I'm shaking but unshakable. The real you I found at last. Assalamu alaikum. We are on live on the grand finale of the biggest online event of the country, Pro Linguist, Battle of Linguistic Wizards, brought to you by English Olympiad and also in presentation of the International English Language Club. I am your host, Tabassum Promi, back to you guys again for hosting this amazing show. Starting from 2017, English Olympiad has been inspiring us with the motto by inspiring leadership. And they're molding us into either students, into either competitors or leaders. So on a grand online version, the home edition of third English Olympiad, 3,500 participants started out in the preliminary round. Top scorers advanced to the semifinals, and now we have our grand finalists at hand, waiting to go head to head in this amazing event. PPDT, picture perception and description testing. So these words suggest that duality is everywhere we see. The Power Rangers we watched while growing up, they had the duality. Even Final Destination movie series had their several perceptions about everything. In the anime Tokyo Ghoul, every character had their mass duality. And also, in our personal lives, we have personality duality with every single people we meet, with every single people we interact. So without further ado, let's start off by introducing you to the amazing three participants who are going to go head to head in this grand event with their logic, their brain, and obviously their eyes. So let me introduce you to the first participant. Hi,
Hello,
assalamu
everyone.
alaikum.
Hi. So I'm Ms. Baudininan and I read in class 7 in Chattogram Cantonment Public College and I'm from Chittagong. So hoping to have a good time with all of you guys and my hobby is reading books.
Okay,
That's it.
Inan, it's nice to meet you again. All right, so moving on to our next participant at hand today. Hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Adrika Pratik Ghosh. I'm in class 8 from Western Mohammed Public College, and I absolutely hate tangled earphones.
Oh, it's
I'm
all
not
right.
happy
We
to
all
read
hate
more.
tangled hair fun. Okay, so thank you so much. That was a unique introduction. All right, moving on to our third and last participant for the day. Hello.
Hello, hello, Afra here, and I'm Afra Musika. I read in class 8 in Vicar National School and College.
Okay, friend, what's your hobby?
I like doodling things and hand lettering and ink illustration, and sometimes I use Adobe Illustrator too.
Okay, that are some creative pastimes, and it was a pretty cute introduction. Thank you so much for joining us, Wazika, and all the best for the upcoming rounds, okay? So that was our three talented participants who are going to go head to head in this event of PPDT. So the person who is going to look over our whole show, our honorable adjudicator, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. How are you, Tabassum? Hal-
Alhamdulillah, how have you been doing?
Alhamdulillah. In this lockdown, it is quite challenging to stay healthy, but Alhamdulillah, thanks to the Almighty, we're all doing good. So
Yes, by the
I'm
rahmat
really
of
looking
Allah.
forward to manage, and I mean, it's not about judging, but I am here to enjoy the program because it's actually a new thing to me as well, the PPDT. So I'm looking forward to have fun.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And I hope along with you, we all have fun while listening to our participants' logic. All right, so moving on. with our participants and our honorable adjudicator. Let's start off with round one. Starting off with a really simple round, which is named identification. So let's move on to our slide. Here's a cute little welcome message to you guys. Okay, starting off with the first round, identification. So this round will have a choose a chit option. 3 of you participants each will choose one chit, and the participants' order will come up with these chits. Okay, so you will be given one picture, and you guys will talk 1 minute over your perception on this picture. And you guys will have 10 points to grab, okay? And our honorable adjudicator will decide how much you will get marked out of 10 points, okay? So without further ado, let's move on to our first round. And I think we're being a minute late, so let's move on to the Facebook comments, shall we? Because a lot of people have been excited to watch you, and they're waiting since before the live, like I've told you. So it's really exciting. Let me scroll a little bit and see what they've wrote. Sami Abdullah wrote, eagerly waiting for the neck-to-neck battle. We all are eager. You're not special, huh? All right. Zakaria Niloy wrote, eagerly waiting for the battle. Same one. We all are eager. Tanimul Islam Dihan wrote, all the best. All the best to you guys. Okay. Our slide is here. Choose a chit. Our participants on the screen, please. All right. So there are 4 chits here, and there are 3 of you people, so you can just choose freely. Okay. I'll start off with Inan. Choose a chit here.
I will choose number 3.
Okay, which one? This one. Okay. It had initials here. Pratik.
Number 4.
Okay, number 4. Put on the initials. Okay. Leaves with Wasika. 1 or 2?
2.
Okay. 2 with Wasika. So Wasika chose number 2, Inan chose number 3, and Pratik chose number 4. All right. Now moving on. Starting off the round 1. You've got your cereal. Now let's start off, shall we? Like I said, 10 points to grab, 1 minute to talk. Okay? All right, so let's start off with. Okay, I'm so sorry. The chits have been revealed. And who's gonna go up now? First, Pratik. Okay, Pratik. Here's your timer on the screen. The timer will be set to 1 minute. Here is your hazy and blurry picture you have to give your perception on. And Pratik, are you ready?
Will I have any inspection time?
Okay, honorable adjudicator, is it gonna get any inspection time?
Sorry, I didn't hear him properly.
Can you ask again, Pratik?
Can I get any inspection time?
Oh, no, actually, all of you will have 1 minute for identification, and that would be for everyone, actually.
Okay.
Well, it's all right, Pratik. You just gotta start off right away, and don't worry about it. Okay, don't be nervous. Just give your clear perception on whatever you think. Okay. So here's your timer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your clock is going off now. You can talk now.
It's a battleground. Like there is a soldier who is falling down, and it's like a bizarre battleground there. We can see the
You gotta
soldiers.
elaborate more.
You have 37 seconds left. So,
Do I
yeah.
have to explain it, or like just identify what is it?
So should we go with battleground, right?
I mean, do I have to explain it or just identify what
No, no,
exactly?
not yet. You don't need to explain here, but yeah, if you're sure, so we'll write it for you. Battleground.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
that's about.
Okay, so Pratik's identification was this was a battleground. Okay, you tried your best, so don't worry about it. Okay, now moving on to our second participant for this round, Afra. Hi, Afra. You got 1 minute
Hello.
on the clock. Here is your blurry picture, and are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Afra, your clock is starting to tick right now.
That's heard. It kind of looks like a insect to me, like zoomed into the insect's face. I'll go with the insect's face.
Sorry. So you
Uh, insect or probably a mosquito's face zoomed in.
okay? Okay. Yeah. So insects, right? Must flea. All right. Thank
All
you.
right. That was another different perception. Well, that's the charm of this event. Huh? Everyone is going to get different perceptions. Even I'm seeing something else, but I'm not a participant, so I'm not going to say anything. So
Yeah, exactly.
that leaves us with our third participant for round one, Inan. Inan, are you ready to identify this
Yeah,
picture?
yeah,
Okay, your
I'm
clock
ready.
starts now.
So I think it is a picture of or a scenario of our freedom fight, our liberation war. That's what I think. It is a scenario of our
Okay.
liberation war, or freedom fighters fighting.
Okay. Interesting. Two of you are quite thinking in quite similar ways. So yeah, you sure you want to go with Liberation War? Picture
Yeah,
of freedom fighters, right? All right. Thank you, Ina. So we'll lock it for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Inan. Well, that was a fun round. Our three participants gave three completely different perceptions, and it was like nice to think about if it's actually the thing they've been thinking. It's nerve-wracking. Okay, so before moving on to second round, let me cheer you guys up with a little bit more Facebook comments here, shall we? Zachary and Nila wrote, "You can do it." Of course, you guys can do it. You've already started doing, huh? Nafis Ashab wrote, "Very tough segment. All the very best participants." Nazneen Nahar wrote, "Think, buddy." Yes, this event is all about thinking. So you've got to think, and think. Think harder. Think, act, ace. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to round two. Round two is called Explanation on Identification. So simply, in round one, you've identified the picture with a simple phrase. In this round, you'll be given the same picture, again, 10 points on grab. This time, you'll get 3 minutes to elaborate on your identification. Like, why do you think it's a battleground? Why do you think it's an exec? Why do you think it's Liberation War? You guys just have to tell us more about it. Okay, so starting off with Pratik again. Pratik, you will have to elaborate this time. You've got 3 minutes on the clock, 150 seconds, and your clock starts now.
Yeah, so first of all, we can see a soldier type of figure falling down in this picture. right by the middle, and that white mark there, it looks like a helmet to me, and by the side there is a white and black figure type which looks like some type of ethnical people there. So I assume it's a war between ethnical people and soldiers, modern trained soldiers, something like that. And the whole picture is like bizarre type of bizarre. So it seems like there is some war going on, and we can see another human figure back there. Like it's really blurry. I can't really see it clearly, but it seems like he's running, going to another side. And the only place I can think of that people are running side by side, someone is falling, someone is trying to attack someone. It can only happen in a war. Mm. And in the back side, there is like some people standing there. It's like some type of spear or something they're holding, like in the left upper corner. It's like she or he is holding something like a spear. And why do you use spear? Why would you use spear if it's not a war? And in the bottom right corner of this picture, it looks like the person's leg is shattered. He's falling down because he's hurt or something. And it looks like the person has her hands by her side. So it seems like he's trying to control that, balance himself, but he can't do this. He is injured, he is hurt. And the whole picture thing, it looks like a war to me. Like, do I have to wait until the timer goes down?
Okay, so yeah, so that was quite an explanation of war, I guess, a battleground. Yeah. So thank you, Pratik. Let's see if it is our battleground. So moving on to the next one.
Well, yes, we're moving on to the next participant right now, which is Wasika. We've heard a quite a explanation from Pratik, and we're really excited to hear Wasika's one too, because she had the most different one. She said it was an insect, some sort of
Yeah.
insect. So Wasika, we're really excited to hear your perception on this. Wasika, 150 seconds on the clock. Red, set, go.
Okay, so it looked like an insect to me because I can see like a round shape kind of, and then there is a kind of like a circular shape in the right of the picture, which pretty much look like a eye of the insect to me. And then on the left side there is another eye, like my imagination. And then it's kind of like it could be also a mosquito because like the mosquito has that sting type thing over here. That thing is there, like I can see on the top, and that's it.
Okay, so yeah. So you can see flea here. So and we've heard your explanation. Thank you, Wasifa.
Well, she
But
finished early, but hers was pretty informative in favor of her own identification. So thank you so much, Wasika, our third participant for this round, Inan, who thought that it was a liberation battleground of our country. So Inan, let's elaborate on this, shall we? Your clock starts now.
Okay, thank you, my honorable adjudicator, for giving me the floor to speak in favor of my identification. So, everyone, let's dive into the picture and see what it tells us. So, at first, what's supposed to be on the top of a pictured a normal scenery? Of course, a sky. So, here, when we look at the top, like the upper right corner, we see that the sky, uh, at the corner, it is bright, but before it, what can we see? We can see blurry things in the sky. So, what can they be? Of course, they indicate smoke. So, Where can smoke be caused in a war, or in if anything sets on fire? And when does anything set on fire in a war? Again, I can see that there are two houses side by side that are no that are not as big as houses. They can be said as temporary tents. So by these 2 points I got sure of the picture that it is indicating a war. So why I'm defining it as our liberation war? Because what usually is beside a house, another house or anything else. But if it is situated at a village or at the countryside, there are trees or hills beside it. So if we look just a little bit left from the center of the picture, I can see a house like structure, and beside that is a elevated dark structure like a hill. So from that point I came to that surety that it is a very green and countryside place. And speaking of war, and another point we got that it is very green. So what can it be other than our beautiful motherland Bangladesh? So at that at the analysis of these points, I got sure that it it is a scenario of our liberation war, our brave freedom fighters fighting of the Pakistanis, and we can see two houses or two tents on fire. So that's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Inan. That was quite informative your on the basis of your perception. So yeah, let's moving on to the next round, I guess. Over to you, Tawassul.
Yeah, exactly. Inan like talked for the whole time, and it was really informative. And I was actually mesmerized while listening to him because I was way too pretty much convinced that it could be a liberation war ground. So before moving on to next round, since the third round is sort of a debating round, so since that will give our three participants a little bit of time to think, let me read some of the Facebook comments. And then that'll give our participants a little bit of time to collect themselves, shall we? So let's start off. Nusrat Nosheen wrote, "You guys are so confident." Nafisa Nora wrote, "Rock the best." Sanjidul Hassan Sajid wrote, "They are really working hard to predict the picture, and it's really good to see. Proud to have you guys as our finalists." We are also proud to have you guys as finalists because you all are showing great potential. Tahia Jannat wrote, "Well done." Radiana Shah Ohana wrote, "Inan did great," and so did all of our other participants. All of them did really great. And let's see some of the latest comments. Sarah Moriam wrote, "He's very confident and fluent." All of them are. Sumaya Akhtar wrote, "Loved Ina's perspective." Well, all of them's perspective are really like intriguing. Like you're always really convinced that this could be it whenever each of the participants are speaking. Radina Shona again wrote, "Impressive." Well, she is impressed. All of us are. Sami Abdullah wrote, they did great in first two rounds. Indeed. And we are getting loads and loads and loads of comments. Everyone is cheering up for you guys. Everyone is having fun watching you guys. And great job. Totally great job. Oh, Tahia Jannat wrote, "How can they see so much from this hazy pic where I can see nothing?" That's really sad. Well, our participants are talented, huh? All right. So that is enough of the comments for right now. Let's move on to our participants for this third round. Okay, so this third round is called Rant for One's Stand. In this round, you guys will be debating on your own topic. Like, you guys have to convince us that what you said in the first and second round is right. You will be given the same picture, again, 10 points up for grab, 3 minutes. And I say this time you are getting a time bomb timer. This one is pretty cool. Okay. So let's start off with Wasika. I'm sorry. Pratik. Starting off with Pratik. 4 minutes on the clock for you, Pratik. and you have to rant for your own stand in this round. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, your time starts now.
Okay, so I just want to start by opposing one of our contestants' logic. So, Inam, he said that it's a liberation war. Yes, it's a war indeed, and it's in the countryside. I also agree with that. But I don't think that it's a liberation war. It's not our Bangladesh liberation war. Because in the right side of the, sorry, left side of this photo, we can see a figure like standing up with a white cloak or something on. It really doesn't seem like a dress for our Bangladeshi people. It looks like ethnic people would wear it, but it's not. It can't be Bangladeshi people's dress. And the soldier who is falling, like the figure I can see that who is falling, he is like looks fully armored. And I don't think Liberation War was there wasn't any soldiers fully in armor. And yes, we can see a tent back there. Well, Liberation War, we didn't really place tents as much as I know. Like tents like that is beside the battleground. It's really impossible because your tent will be blown up by the wrap of the battle. And the person who is falling, like he, as of like the thing is, the weapon he has there, it doesn't look like the weapon that could we used back there. And like I said, the person in the left corner who is holding a spear or something, liberation, or I don't think any of us used a spear there. And the dress, it doesn't look like that warriors of our use that type of dress there. It seems more like a more historical war to me. It is not the liberal war. Liberal war is too new for this. It's a historical war, and it probably can go to like the British era. Like it could be something like that. Because the tent there in Liberation War, we didn't really set tents by the battleground. It could be like in the Polish War or the in the British era, something like that. And the bizarre thing here, like the soldier who is falling there, his leg and the whole body figure. It doesn't really look like that he is a liberation warrior of us. Like our warriors didn't have any access to this type of armors or helmets. They just went like wearing a t-shirt and a trouser or sometimes hoodie. So it doesn't look like he is the liberation warrior of us, and the whole situation, the whole picture, it really doesn't seem like that there is anyone who is like fighting with her, like our liberation war is always throwing their hands up. I can see nothing like this there. And in this whole picture, like in every type of liberation war pictures I've seen by this time, like it matches nothing like that. It doesn't look like that. Like how are they moving, their body's shape, and how are their body language. It doesn't really looks like it's a photo from Liberation War, because if we have all seen like pictures from Liberation War, right? And there either we can see that the liberation warriors are really throwing their hands up or something, or they have a gun in their head. Like there is not much photos there where a liberation warrior is falling down because they got injured or something, and there is definitely no photo where ethnic people wearing a white apron and holding a spear is standing by the side. Yeah, I will stop here.
And
Okay,
your
Advika,
time
thank
is
you.
up.
Yeah.
You had some cool perception on this one. The people who are watching were commenting, Mahir Moriam wrote Adrika with a fire emoji. So you've got quite a fan base here. And everyone really liked your description. And it's really cool. I had fun while listening to you too, as well as our honorable adjudicator, especially the white apron part. I laughed so hard on that. Okay, Pratik, thank you for participating in this third round and introducing your points. Now, moving on to our second participant for this round, Wasika. Okay, Wasika, welcome back. How do you feel on debating on this logic?
Sorry?
How do you feel on debating on this logic? Are you ready to totally kill it?
Not actually.
Well, you've got to be like instantly ready in a lot of times in your life. So we will just start up 4 minutes on this time bomb clock for you. Same picture and your time starts now.
Okay, so this looks a lot like this picture is hazy. As this is hazy, we don't get to see the real thing. We just don't get to see the details either. We just get to see the darker outlines here, and we have to identify from the darker outlines that what is it. So it looked kind of like a insect to me because it just you can see the darker outlines totally on the middle. It's like a kind of head, a big head, like it's a zoom into the insect, and then there is an eye. You can see if you like see it like a little bit zooming in, you'll see like a little bit more darker dot type or big circle kind of big. So there were two of them, and then it looks kind of look like an eye to me. But to be honest, as I have seen it as an insect or a mosquito's head zooming in, so I don't see anything on this like a battlefield or a liberation ware's picture. And he say, Inan said that there was a house that he saw, but I don't think there is a house that I can saw like village and trees. There is no sign of it to me, and of course it's not a like a battlefield to me. And okay, I'll stop right there.
All right, you still have like 2.5 minutes left on the clock, but since you've introduced all of your points and you want to end here, okay, we'll end here. And our audiences, they are wishing you all the best all along. And they had really fun while listening to you. Nafis approached such a diversified variety of perception from every participant. Definitely, we really do have diversity between our three participants and our last and third participant in this round, Inan. Welcome back, Inan. Do you have your perceptions ready for talking for 4 minutes?
Yeah, I have them.
All right, so same picture, 4 minutes on the clock, and your time starts now.
Okay, thank you again, my honorable adjudicator, for giving me the floor. So, at first, let me tell me my logics why I think this is the picture of a liberation war. I have told them before, but let's just take a review. So, I think that the sky is blurry, and it shouldn't be, whether it if it is not a war. Again, I am seeing green environment all around, and I have also told that why I see that. And that type of war recently or some years back or 30 years back has occurred in our motherland Bangladesh, and I think that sort of war, in any countryside, yeah, several countries had war. There could be a war field, but I don't think it could be so green or the environment could be so much convenient and beautiful like our motherland. So I think it's our motherland Bangladesh, and of course that's why I think it's the liberation war. And now I'm gonna oppose my other participants perspective. So I would like to say that I am not disrespecting anyone's perspective because everyone has their own unique one. I'm just gonna tell why I don't think that in my perspective. So let's start with our first participant who thought that it is a war. But how? Yeah, it is a war, I told, but she is not defining, she is uh, opposing that it is not liberation war. He is telling that a person is wearing a white apron. Okay, I in this case I admit that it is not liberation war, but Just think technically. Does anyone wear white apron while doing a war? Like, does any chef go and in his costume to war? I don't think that makes sense. So again, you are telling that a person is holding a spear and another person is injured. Yeah, I saw the picture with your point of view when you tried to say that, but when I say that, I saw that I got a, very strange thing that you yourself told that, yeah, there is a tent, but when I see with your perspective, those two persons are bigger than the tent, and how can it be? Of course, it can be if the tent is so far away, but no. In that picture, if I see with her perspective, it's not that far, it's very close. So that doesn't make sense, right? So you are saying that our liberation war didn't have tents, so they would be damaged. So I would like to suggest you to read some books about our liberation war, because inside our Pakistani barracks there were a lot tons of tents, and there were tons of buildings where they used to watch, and in their tents they used to live sometimes, and sometimes they used to keep their arms. So I don't think the no there's no tent thing is there. So I would there are so much other points, but as shortage of time, I would not ridicule our first participant's perspective anymore. So let's move on to our second participant who thought it as a mosquito face. So speaking of her perspective, you were saying that you were watching an eye, but it can also be a focus. Like when so much people are, shooting their guns at one direction, it can be. I myself draw pictures, so as an artist can see it as a focus where so much people are shooting from so much direction, and again, she is not seeing any house, which our first participant has also seen, and but if you don't see any house, what is that thing? Just a little, right than our center. So that's what I'd like to say. Thank you very much for giving me the floor again.
And you finished on time. Your time bomb has blasted. So that was our three participants talking over the logic and round three. And honorable adjudicator, how do you think that these participants did in this round?
Um, First of all, it was quite neck to neck battle, and obviously the way Inan and Putik was describing their logics, and the way they keep a perception, and another was breaking that perception with the anti-logic. It was fun to listen to them, and now right now I am pretty much confused that what actually it is, and I'm eagerly waiting to know. And another thing is about Afra. Yeah, sorry, Wasifa. Uh, she was she stick with her decision that it is still yeah, free, right? So let's see what. But I would like to hear a little bit more from Afra if she can give some logics as well, like like what should I say, that Adrika or Inan said. So if she could give some anti-logics against them, then that would might be more helpful for me to judge actually.
All right, thank you for your suggestion. And here comes our actual picture. That blurred black and white picture is going to reveal itself now. Moment of truth. Let's see. Oh my god.
Okay.
This is really unexpected. Extremely
Okay, so I
unexpected.
can see two of them were right about the skies and about the greens and peoples, but oh my god. Yeah.
I feel like my life has changed. I'm having different perceptions on life right now.
Yeah, actually it is.
Fooled. Alright, so let's ask our three participants. So, Pratik, how do you feel after seeing this real picture? It is really unexpected. I'm in shock. Okay, let's get out of this shock and move on to the fourth and final round for today. Okay, so the fourth round is not based on this picture. This one is a totally different round for the final round. This round is spot the difference. You guys will be given two pictures and you guys will have to spot 5 differences in those two pictures. 10 points up for grab. And our first participant who is gonna go up in this round is Pratik. Let's keep Pratik on the screen. We will meet the other two participants later in the round again. Spot 5 differences, Pratik, and here is your two almost identical pictures. Let's start.
Well, in the right side of the picture, there is a window, like below the roof. There is a window there, but in the that one.
Okay, let's mark that one. Okay, marked.
The
Second.
woman there doesn't have her necklace in the right side of the picture.
Okay, let's mark the necklace. Third.
The kid is, oh, she is holding, she has a bow in her head in the picture on the left.
Okay, the bow. That's 3. Number 4.
The girl in the lower left corner doesn't have his necklace, have her necklace. She's a girl.
Okay, again, another necklace. And that leaves me with 1 difference. Well, the first 4 were pretty fast, but I see you're having a hard time with the 5th one. Okay, your time is up, Pratik. You did a great. You've already spotted 4 differences, and now let's see the differences, shall we? The 2 necklaces, the window, the bow. All right, which one is the 5th one? Even I can't see it. It's so hard to see. Okay, our studio host is gonna show us the 5th one, I guess. Okay, probably we're having some difficulties. Before telling you the 5th difference, let's read a few more comments. Okay, Abdi Chaudhary wrote good luck. Sanjar Tawfiq wrote amazing, guys. All of them are pretty excited to watch you. All right, thank you so much, Pratik, for participating in this one. You were pretty fast in like spotting the first 4 differences. Honorable adjudicator, do you have any idea what the 5th difference was?
Maybe the earrings of that little girl. I don't think if that was the indicator, say.
Same.
Is the earring in the right picture, the right one?
Yeah.
Even I had hard time noticing it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right. Thank you so much, Pratik, for joining us. Let's wait for the results now. Okay, now moving on to our second participant for the final round, Wasika. I think Wasika is taking a while to appear on screen, and she's here. Hey there, Wasika. Here is your two pictures. You have to spot 5 differences, okay? Your time starts now.
Okay, so there is a feather on the left side picture. There's a blue feather, and there is not the blue feather. Sorry, the green feather. And on her right eye, there is a big eyelash, which is not in the right picture.
Okay, that's 2. Number 3.
I'm not
You've got
finding
20
it.
seconds left. 20 seconds left, Wasika. You can do it. Keep looking carefully. And your time is up, Wasika. Great going. You tried really well. And there was an obvious one, the peacock feather. Our watchers were commenting about that one. So let's
Yeah,
see the 5
tails and feather.
differences.
I was noting these two, the tails and feathers. So I found 4 actually. Yeah.
All right. So here is your 5 differences. You've already picked out the eyelash one and then the green feather. Then there's 2 differences in the peacock feather in the back. So you did great, Vasika. This was indeed a hard one since it's the picture of a bird and a lot of artistic details. So a great going, Vasika. Let's wait for the results. And now our third participant for this round, Inan. Welcome back, Inan. Let's show you your 2 pictures and you have to spot 5 differences, okay? And here comes your picture.
Okay, the first difference is that in the chair there are 2 screws and in here there is 1.
Okay, let's mark
Oh,
that.
Then the color of Scoop's binoculars are not same.
Okay, the binoculars. Third.
Third one is the whistle on Scoop's neck. It does not have on the other picture.
Okay, third is the whistle. Fourth.
The fourth one is that the eyes of Scoop.
Okay, the eyes. That leaves me with one more.
Okay. The next one is that there is a blue color in here, and in there is a pink one.
Yes, and did you make 5? Okay, you did really well. We're all impressed. You picked out 5 differences in the nick of an eye. Even our adjudicator is clapping at your performance. That's really cool. So you've already spotted the 5 differences. Still, we're showing you the differences: the eyes, the glasses, the screws on the chair, the whistle, and the collar. So
There are
well
6
done,
differences.
Inan. The spot on the hand. I was watching that one. Like, I was hoping that you're gonna say the 5th one at that, but you picked out the collar. Different perceptions. That's what this event is all about. All right, thank you, Inan. You spot 5 differences, and that was the finishing of our 4th and final round. Congratulations to all 3 of our participants. You all did great. You all are champs. And we have a surprise round coming up for you guys. But before the surprise round, let's read some more comments because our watchers are cheering you guys up so hard. Okay, let's pick out some comments. Sakib Akash wrote, outstanding. Tahia Janat wrote, go for it. And we see some more differences yelling out about the pictures. Irfan Ahmed wrote, congratulations, everyone. Well, congratulations before even the results, because all of you are definitely champions. Okay, Ranga Tabassum wrote, well done, champ. Mohammad Tahsin Fahad wrote, Jos. It definitely is. Tanzim Bintanels wrote, great performance, guys. Mahima Kabir wrote, it's an amazing show, and we agree it is indeed is an amazing show. One of our watchers, Salman Rumi, wrote, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That is a really cool comment. Okay, Nuzhat Noshin wrote, talented kids. Moinuddin Muhammad Shohid wrote, Inan great. And all of our participants, Sanjit Hasan Tanvi wrote, they just played. All of you guys played. Okay, now, before we get the results
Hello.
ready, are you guys ready for an yes?
Um, yeah. Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay, the adjudicator is taking his time to count out the points. So, you guys, are you guys ready for a surprise round? Well, this round has no points, so we're just having this round for fun, all right? Since throughout these 4 rounds, you guys were in a lot of pressure to convince us about your perception. So we are just going to cool down a little bit here, all right? So
Okay.
let's wait for our surprise round, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're having a little while for the round. Okay, let's just read some more comments. Salman Rumi wrote, well done, everyone. Sabrina Maimon Mihir wrote, great going. Iftar Rahman wrote, good luck, everyone. Al Fatir wrote, you guys are awesome. Well, they are awesome. And we have your surprise round here. It's a tongue twister. And the tongue twister, let's start off with Pratik. So Pratik, the tongue twister is on the screen. This
How
is
much
gonna be
ground
fun.
if a groundhog could hug ground, a groundhog would hug all the ground he could hug if a groundhog could hug ground. You have to read it again. Ramya, you are in mute. You're muted.
Okay, I'm so sorry. All right, so here comes another tongue twister. Let's have the tongue twister on the screen. Do you guys see it on your screen? Okay, it's here. So Wasika, this one is for you.
If you must cross a cross cow, across a crowded crossing, cross the cross course cow, across the crowded cow crossing carefully.
3 times. That was one.
3 times? Okay.
Yeah.
If you must cross a cross cow, across the crowded cow crossing, cross the course cow, across the crowded cow crossing carefully. If you must cross a cross cow, across a crowded cow crossing, across the course cow, across the crowded cow crossing carefully.
All right. Thank you, Wasika. You were smooth. And it was all a cow crossing the road. Reminds me of Animal Crossing because those words just go with each other. Okay, Inan, it's time for your tongue twister. So let's have Inan's tongue twister on the screen for him to tongue twist. I think we don't have it on screen yet. Okay, if we don't have it on screen, we always have time for some comments. I've decided to read a lot of comments today because our watchers are so excited to watch us, and this PPDT round is definitely really special for them. Ryan Rashid wrote, waiting for the results. We all are waiting for the results. Adibata wrote, all of you did great. Maisha Malhe Proma wrote, hey Pratik, you were too fast. XD. Yeah. All right. Sajia Jahan Sinha wrote, listen carefully. Listen carefully. I mean, the tongue twister, I don't really know what she's referring to. All right. Tanzim Bitaneos wrote, well done. Again, I don't know why, but Ramiza Shakur wrote mafia. I don't know why that person is thinking of mafia. I really don't know. Nujhat Noshim wrote, Tommy, you are doing a really good job. Thank you so much for appreciating it. I have been trying my best, and please keep me in your prayers. Okay, your tongue twister is here, Inan, on the screen. That's a small one.
So how
Let's
many
start.
times shall I? Okay. A happy hippo hopped and hiccuped. A happy hippo hopped and hiccuped. A happy hippo hopped and hiccuped. Okay, that was 3 times.
Okay, that was a really pretty easy one. But still,
Yeah.
tongue twisters are fun. So that was our tongue twisters. If we don't have the results ready, we are gonna go for more, starting off for Pratik again. Okay, we don't have the results, so Pratik, another tongue twister for you.
Okay, shall I say it because my previous one was very easy?
Yeah, sure.
But if you want to say this one again, okay, Inan. Since Pratik allowed to, Inan.
When a doctor doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor? When a doctor doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as the doctor being doctored wants to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor? When a doctors a doctor, does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor of the doctor being doctored want to be doctored, or does the doctor doing the doctoring doctor as he wants to doctor? So that was 3 times.
Okay, Inan, great job. That was really fun to hear because first it's a long one and it had a lot of D phrases in it about doctors and everything. All right, so if the results aren't ready, another tongue twister, I guess. Okay, the results are ready. So let's move on to the results, shall we? Guys, y'all are ready? Here comes the acquired points, and we have our honorable adjudicator on screen again. Let's see the results. Drum rolls, please. Third position has Wasika with 28 points. Second position has Audrika with 35 points. And first position, Anin with 36 points. Congratulations, Anin, Audrika, and Wasika. Congratulations to all of you. You guys did great. And I had fun hosting this show for you. because this event, especially PPDT, it was a fun event. So before I close up, honorable adjudicator, do you want to say anything before we hold down the curtain for today?
Yeah, first of all, winning and losing is just another perception, right? So I would like to thank all of you for giving us so much, so many things, for having fun, and it was really amazing to be here with all of you. And another thing is that I was also not judging, but I was participating in my mind. So I was actually thinking about my perception: am I right or wrong? And yeah, so I would like to thank Wasika because of her brave decision. Because when other two went back to the liberation war or like fighting battlegrounds, so if I were at her shoes, so I might change my decision in the second round. I don't know. And another thing is that thinking to some extent, she got actually the highest marks in identification round, because she was the one that identified mosquito or insects, right? But yeah, we saw a bird, like a bird-like structure when the actual picture came out. But I think Inan, Adrika both were killing in, yeah, in the logic rounds, and they were fought like literally a neck-to-neck battle, and I really enjoyed that battle. And yeah, so it was fun, and I'm looking forward to see all of you succeeding in all sphere of your life. So congratulations again, and yeah, thank you for having me here.
All right,
Also,
thank
I'd
you
like
so
to
much.
thank obviously the organizing team of English Olympiad, because the amount of activities they are doing since like a lot of days, more or less. Like I've been witnessing them for more or less 30 days. It's been, or maybe more than that. So calling every aggregator, then calling you guys and managing all the things, and all of these are at the same time when there you are sitting at the home. So it's quite tough, and I've been learning a lot of things here. I have been organizing things, but this was pretty much tougher, I must admit. So congratulations again, English Olympiad team, and best of luck.
Thank you so much to our honorable adjudicator for his wise words, and thank you so much for appreciating the hard work of the organizing team. And very much thank you for giving us some of your time to adjudicate this show. So before I close off, I want to mention some of our partners of English Olympiad. The presenter of this show is English Olympiad, also in presentation of International English Language Club. Our media partner is Financial Express, and our other partners are Adamji Cantonment College Language Club, Business and Economic Forum, BNMPC English Language Club, BUP Career Club, Canadian University of Bangladesh, Changes and Melancholy, Dhaka City College English Language Society, GRNC Business Career Club, East West University English Conversation Club, and so on. Thank you so much to all of our partners. Thank you so much to our organizing team. Thank you so much to our participants, our adjudicators, everyone who's been watching, and definitely the people who are working in the back end, our studio hosts who are having a really hard time for their hard work, and they're carrying this event on their shoulders. Thank you so much to all of them. So I would like to close off for now, but remember my intro again. I have another outro with a different perception. Okay, since this is the event of different perceptions, so here comes my different perception. Just like the night leaves and the morning comes, but just like the flower wilts and the fruit grows ripe, everything needs to go through pain. So we're born in the moonlight, ain't no fantasy, can't breathe in the sunlight, gotta hide your heart. We're born to be sad, suffer to be glad, but Moonchild, you shine when moon rise, it's your time. Moonchild, don't cry. When moon rise, it's your time. It is everyone's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for having us. Love yourself, love myself. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Take care, everyone.
Pray for us.